Hello, ladies, and welcome to week number 2 of Monday Makeovers. I forgot that it was teacher appreciation and nurse appreciation and the week leading into Mother's Day. And so I recorded this one so that way you guys can watch it and get up to date, because otherwise it would be like 5 a.m. or it would be like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And so the second one that we're going to be doing is our eyes and concealing. Normally I would put my foundation on first and then I would do my eyes last. Okay, but some of us have fallout with our shadows and stuff. And so if you have darkness underneath of your eyes, then it almost even looks like kind of like you got a black eye, right? From some of the fallout, or depending on what colors you use. Okay, so today I'm going to teach you about concealing, and then I'm going to be teaching you, we're going to do the eyeshadows, and then I'm going to do, hopefully get the eyeliner in on time as well. So recap of last week, we primed, right? And we got the canvas already. So I have all of my skincare on and my foundation primer. That is where I am all the way up to, okay? So the first thing that we're gonna do is I'm gonna talk a little bit about some brushes today, but in the next video, I'm gonna go over each one of the brushes, okay? Because doing color can take just a little bit longer. So this is a liquid foundation brush. This is a liquid eyeshadow or concealer brush. So depending on how much you have to conceal, whether you use a small one or whether you use a big one. We also have sponges that you can use, or we have a blending brush for liquid. So we have brushes that are for wet product and brushes that are for dry product. And so you just want to make sure you're using the brushes accordingly, okay? Your wet brushes are going to end up gumming up. And so you should clean your brush every usually you should clean your brush every single day. But in reality, not everybody has that time while they're getting ready every day. So I recommend, once or twice a week. Twice a week would be great. Like the night that you're doing like all of your masks or anything like that, where you're doing an indulgent night, that's when you could clean your brushes, because then in the morning they'll be dry. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is I'm gonna teach you about concealer and under eye corrector, okay? So under eye corrector is for red and purple. So you'll see my nose that is red, and I've got some red and purple here. And then in my eye area, I'm a little red. Now, some people don't have redness at all. Then I've got my little birthmark over here. So that's where you would use the concealer part of it. But we're gonna mix both, because at the workshop that I was at, they taught us how to work both. So I'm just gonna put it on the my palette. I call my hand my palette, right? I'm just gonna put both of them on there. And then I am going to use my concealer / liquid eyeshadow brush, just kind of mix both of them up, and then you'll see how I'm just gonna kind of, they call it stipple, and we're just gonna go like right underneath the area, and you'll see how it highlights it. And then we had an eye primer, and a lot of people were using concealer instead of eye primer, so Mary Kay discontinued the eye primer, and we're now using the concealer. Or we have some liquid eyeshadows that a lot of people are using as well for this. So you can see where I kind of put it here in the crease too. And you want to give it a minute or two to dry, so you don't want to put it on super thick, right? And then I use my bigger blending brush, or you could use a sponge to just kind of tap it, because you want to conceal. So if you're like going back and forth, then you're really not going to get that conceal that you need. Okay, so then now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go onto my nose. I'll use the rest of this that's on that brush, and then I'm going to take my foundation liquid brush. I'm going to finish my nose with it. Get that redness off. Actually, I'm going to take just my under eye corrector And usually I just go right on my nose with this. And I hope I'm hitting that. I'm trying to do this without my glasses. And if I sit far enough away, I can see, but then you wouldn't be able to see me. So I'm just gonna apply that again, kind of stipple it in. And in the next video, I'm gonna show you how to use 2 foundations to contour your skin. And so depending on how you're gonna contour your skin and your skin tone, I'll be able to help you with what concealer you may need and the under eye corrector. I feel everybody needs the under eye corrector. And then depending on your skin tone or any unevenness or stuff that you have, then that is where you would pull in your concealer, okay? So now that we've got the concealer and the under eye corrector on there, we're gonna give it a minute to sit. So I'm gonna talk about the eyeshadows real quick. This is our mini palette. It holds 4 little eyeshadows. Or we have our regular palette that holds 6 eyeshadows and then a cheek and like a highlighter or a contour. But I am a bougie girl, and so this is my compact. Okay, it's magnetic, so you can start out with just a few and then you can add. And then I always use a contour and a highlighter. You could add a couple of cheek colors in here, and I do a cheek color every once in a while. But mainly I use these 2 colors. It kind of depends on what I'm wearing. And I'm going to be talking about cool undertones and warm undertones in the next video as well. So depending on your eye color, and then whether you're a cool undertone or warm undertone or a pink or yellow undertone, cool is pink, warm is more like a yellow undertone. Then there'll be certain colors that will look better for you, okay? So our brush set is absolutely amazing. Like I said, I'll go over that in the next one. But this is the eye crease brush. So you can see that it's more thinner, and so it's more precise. So I'm gonna like put the first color that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put in the eye crease here, okay? Now, we used to talk about hooded eyes, standard eyes, closed set, open set. And now the trend is it doesn't really necessarily matter what your eye shape is that when you look into the mirror, right? See, if I do this, I've got all that lid, but the more I do this, I lose that, right? So I'm deep set. But when you look into the mirror, you just want to make sure that you can see that crease color. So that's why I'm going to end up putting that crease color there first, and then we'll finish the eye. And I just realized I don't have my, see, last video I had to get up. I'm like, I went over everything to make sure that I had it all, and then I forgot my mirror. And with my eyesight, I'm not going to be able to just look into the phone and make this happen. So hang on just 1 second, and I will get the mirror for us, and then we will be good to go. And see, look, I'm already at almost 8.5 minutes, and I want to try to keep these under 10, hopefully. But that might not happen in the color video. So you'll see what the time is, but that is my goal each time. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and do mahogany, because with my hazel eyes, that's a good color for me. So I'm gonna just kind of set it. I always say set it and forget it. So I'm gonna kind of just set it right up at the top. And maybe I'll just do one eye, so that way you guys can see, so we can get the color in, right? And then I'll finish the eye off camera. Okay, so you wanna always short strokes and bring them in, okay? And I'll end up probably doing the eyeliner in the next video as well. Okay, so bring it in. Okay, so that looks kind of, but see how it kind of opens up my eye a little bit? So when you're looking into the mirror, you just want to make sure that that color is up there. So that is the crease brush. Now I do always have a like paper towel with me. So if I'm going to do a different color, just want to go back and forth. Some people will use their hand if you don't have it. And then the next brush is the all over brush, okay? So this one you will use for all your color down here, and then even your highlighter, okay? So today, and I recommend having 2 of these, because usually you're using a darker color and then a lighter color. So today I'm going to go ahead and use the crystalline. Oh, I guess I need my mirror. So I'm going to use my crystalline up here in the eyebrow area. And then I'm also going to use it right down here to highlight and pull. I'm a little bit more close set, so I'm going to put it right here so that way you guys can see and highlight that area, okay? And then I'm going to use hazelnut. I think everybody needs a hazelnut in there because everybody can wear a brown, right? And so I'm going to just kind of set that in there as well, okay? And then short little strokes. And always try to come in with it because you don't want it way, way out here. Okay, now normally I will use 5 to 7 shadows, but for today's purpose, at least we've got like a regular. So if you look at that, you're gonna be like, Stacy, that is bold, right? But what I love best is we have this awesome blending shadow brush. You guys, the bristles are so soft. This one doesn't come in the brush set, but it is amazing individual brush. So watch what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna blend it. I start with the lighter colors, just circular motions. Okay. And then go back and forth. See how it just nice and lightened up a little bit? Okay. So that's how we do our eyeshadows. If you, we can get together and we can figure out which colors are going to be best for you. And I'll do that in one of the videos as well. So you'll be able to pick out your colors. But basically what I did is I put the lookbook, took a picture out of it and put it in there. So then that way I know what eye colors that I'm using. And then the ones that I think always look good together when I create one, I would do a 1, 1, 1, 1. So I knew that look, those were those colors, okay? Because sometimes when you're newer at color, it can take you a little bit to get going on it. So that is our look for today. Just make sure, let me see what I want to make sure that I'm not losing anything else. Your brushes, you guys make sure you're cleaning your brushes, like I said, 2 times a week. And when you're cleaning them, after you clean them, we have a brush cleaner, or you can also use them with your cleanser. You can use that too. And after you clean them, you want to either lay them like this or put them like this, okay? You don't ever want to clean them like this because then the water will get down in here and it will loosen this handle, okay? But any of your eye products, I would say you want at least 2 brushes of each one, because especially if you're going in with really dark colors, you can blend it, but also your crease brush, or at least your all over powder brush, eyeshadow brush, I would have like 2 or 3 of these, because depending on how many shadows you have, you're going to create different looks with it. And then literally 1 to 2 pumps of our brush cleaner and you're done. Okay, so that's the eye look. And then next week, what we'll do is I'm going to teach you the eyeliner, and then we'll do the mascara and then the brows. I'll have my brows done. By then it's time for me to get my brows done. So check out this video and then you'll see my brows next week, and I'll show you how to do that. And we have a new brow product that is coming out this month as well. So, okay, everybody have a great Monday, and we'll see you next week.